Listening to a Faster PC live technical support. We're heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour on WPSL 1590 on Florida's Treasure Coast. We're also streaming this live to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. You can get the links to both of those on our website, www.afasterpc.com. When you get there, there's a red button in the very top of the page that says live technical support. When you click on that, you can scroll down the page. On the left hand side, there's various ways that you can actually schedule live technical support with a Faster PC. On the right hand side, you'll actually see various ways that you can listen to or watch a Faster PC live technical support. Did you know that this show is published as a podcast? So you can actually listen to that if you miss any part of it. You can also listen on the TuneIn app. You can listen through the live play on the WPSL website. You can also listen through your smart speaker, and we have various links where you can actually watch it on YouTube and Facebook. You can also click over, you can see various videos that we do and also shorts that we do. Really quite often, almost every day, we're actually posting a cybersecurity short. We do cover cybersecurity. We also are answering your computer technical streaming questions. So we'll be going over this and showing you and answering, really your questions could be on any topic. They don't necessarily have to be on a particular topic that we're talking about. There's some topics we can just roll to next week. And there are other topics we're going to cover today, whether we get it on this show or not. If we can't get it while the radio show is on, we'll actually extend the show. We've done that several times. Extend the show out on YouTube, and we just continue on to cover some of the topics. Really, what we're going to cover today definitely is cybersecurity issues. The top cybersecurity threats of the day, of this week, we're going to cover those. We cover those every single week, and this week will be no exception, so you can actually be a part of this. Now, what we're going to cover today, we are going to cover the impact. You may have heard about this. We actually, by the way, have videos on how you can watch. Last week we covered how you can watch the Little League World Series without cable TV. That's if you want to watch that, if you missed that, you want to watch the Little League World Series, go back and actually watch the first segment of the live video last week. By the way, most of our recent live shows, the shows that happen on Saturday, most of those are time-stamped. Also, many of our other long-form videos where we actually break out certain segments, those are time-stamped. So you can watch the segment that you want to watch, and in the description of the video, you actually can click on a certain timestamp, and it'll take you right there. So you can watch the part where we talk about how to watch the Little League World Series without cable TV. We also, another thing that's ramping up right now, people are watching their favorite NFL teams basically the preseason. So they're watching the preseason for their team. You want to be able to watch this. If your team is a local team, you probably have no problem. You can just turn on the TV and you can watch it. If you have a digital antenna, you can watch it for free. But if your team's one of those teams that's not aired that way, you'll have to actually know how to watch it. And we show you how to watch that on our website. We actually have a video from last year, how to watch that. We have a video that we just rolled out this past week. I think we rolled it out a little bit over a week ago, but it's getting a lot of views on how to watch the NFL, how to watch your team every single game without cable TV. We do cover that, and you can actually see that. The preseason games, you can watch those live, and wherever your team is. Your team can be on the other part of the country. Maybe even if you're in another part of the world, your team could be even in another part of the world. You can watch these games anyway. But there's a big happening that was announced, breaking news that was announced this past week. So there's breaking news in the sports world. The NFL Network has been sold to ESPN. in a historic media deal, and this could completely change how we watch NFL games. From exclusive broadcast to streaming rights, this move could shake up everything. So stick around because we're going to break down exactly what this means for you, the fans, how you can actually watch this. So first, let's talk about the deal itself. Reports confirm that Disney, owned by ESPN, Disney-owned ESPN has acquired the NFL Network in a multi-billion-dollar agreement. This means ESPN now controls not only its own NFL content, but also the entire NFL Network lineup, including NFL RedZone, NFL Total Access, and exclusive game broadcast. So this is really big. Now, why does this matter? Because ESPN is already the king of sports. They're the ones that host the Little League World Series. They host a lot of they actually broadcast a lot of college football games. A lot of Monday Night Football is on ESPN. If you're a tennis fan, you're going to be able to see a lot of the big tournaments on ESPN. There's a lot of sports content available on ESPN. They're the king of sports media. And adding the NFL's network content gives them even more power over how we watch football. Now, of course, ESPN, the exclusive, just the ESPN channel, and sometimes ESPN2, they are available on cable TV and cable TV substitute packages, but they also have their own subscription, and we'll talk about that here a little bit later. But here's what could change. And by the way, none of this change is happening right now. Just know that in part of this also is that the NFL will actually own 10% of ESPN. So the NFL Network is going over to ESPN, but the NFL will also own 10% of ESPN. So they're still going to profit from it. This is a huge mix-up, or huge mix-up really, or it's going to shake up. Let's say it's going to shake up the television market, but it still has to be approved. It hasn't been approved yet. It has to be approved by the FTC or the FEC, and whichever organization it is that covers this. It has to be approved by that. So we don't really know how soon this is going to take effect and whether this will actually impact any of the games that are aired this year or not. But here's what can happen, and here's what this means for you. If you do have access to ESPN, or maybe you subscribe to ESPN Plus, you're going to have more exclusive games. ESPN could move some of the Thursday night football or even Sunday games exclusively to ESPN Plus or their cable channel. RedZone shakeup. ESPN actually has the rights to syndicate the RedZone. So the RedZone, you do get this with the NFL Plus and NFL Plus Premium, where you can actually sit there and watch every team. When they're in the red zone, you watch what's happening. That's really where it's exciting. I mean, because you know that, hey, either a touchdown's going to happen or the defense is going to stop them. Maybe there's an interception. Maybe there's a fumble. Maybe there's a touchdown. You don't know what's going to happen, but something's going to happen there. So, there's a big shakeup with the NFL red zone. Will ESPN merge the red zone with their own style? Will they get rid of some of the people that have been actually commentators on the red zone? So fans love the red zone, and so any change in this could be huge. And then you have blackout risk. If more games go to ESPN Plus, will local fans still be able to access those games, or will they need a subscription? Certainly, there are subscriptions available for ESPN. So with ESPN growing fast, could we see the NFL Network content moving behind a paywall? Indeed, imagine needing ESPN Plus to watch NFL game day morning. That's a major shift from how things work right now. And the winners in this, ESPN is a winner in this, Disney's a winner in this. Losers, traditional cable viewers. So if you have traditional cable, there's some things you may not be able to get. We're going to have to see how this all plays out. NFL Sunday ticket users, if ESPN controls more games, will they raise the prices of the NFL Sunday ticket? So, fans are already split on this. Some love the idea of ESPN getting more NFL coverage, while others hate the thought of more paywalls, having to subscribe to more channels. Now, one of the things that we do want to just mention is that you can watch ESPN Plus. You can subscribe to that. You can watch that on your TV. You can watch it on your smartphone. You can watch it on the Roku, various other content and formats that are out there. So you'll be able to actually take part in this, and of course you can subscribe if you want, and we're going to have to just see how this all plays out. Again, it may not affect this season at all. Really, they would be smart to keep things the same way this season. I'm not even sure if they can really change things at this point this season. But moving forward, there are going to be major changes. You probably are going to see more exclusive games, and possibly you may want to cut the cord on cable, and perhaps if you're a big fan, subscribe to ESPN Plus, where there's certain games that you will get exclusively.
You're listening to a Faster PC radio here, heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour right here on this station and stream live to our Facebook page. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, ready to answer your computer questions. So you know what? If you have questions, well, we can't answer them unless you ask them. Our number, if you want to have your computer questions answered, is 772-340-5090. 772-340-5090. Also, you can type your questions into the comment section of our live Facebook video that's happening right now over at Facebook. You can go there, search for Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes, or you just go to our website, afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. We're here. We're ready to answer your computer questions, and we'll be right back to do that. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC. Hackers are constantly looking for ways to break into your computer and network to access your data and hold it hostage. Think this can't happen to you? Think again. Hackers regularly target small businesses. A Faster PC has produced a cybersecurity crisis report that goes over urgent and critical protections every small business must have in place now to protect their bank accounts, client data, confidential information, and reputation from the tsunami of cybercrime. To access this report, give us a call at 772-878-5978 or download the report today at
www.thefastpc.com.
That's www.afasterpc.com. Cybersecurity problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Fort St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
To access this report, give us a call at 772-878-5978 or download the report today at thefasterpc.com.
You need a Faster PC.
772-878-5978. Microsoft has announced that they are ending support for Windows 10 October 14, 2025. If you continue to use Windows 10 after that point, your computer will be susceptible to security vulnerabilities. A Faster PC can upgrade most computers to Windows 11, even if Microsoft has told you that your computer isn't compatible, and we can even do so remotely without you needing to bring your computer in. Don't be a sitting duck for hackers. Let a Faster PC upgrade your computer. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
When you need to protect your computer from hackers,
you need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Fort St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
And on the web at
www.thefastpc.com.
That's www.afasterpc.com. Computer problems?
Don't you know by now?
772-878-5978. welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. I know you've been waiting, a whole few minutes for the next segment of today's show. If you've been waiting to give us a call so that you can get your computer question answered, well, now's a great time to give us a call. Give us a call. The number here at the studio is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590. Of course, if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to call and be on the radio. This is your opportunity, by the way, if you do want to be on the radio. But if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to be on the radio, you don't want people to hear what you say, then you can actually head over to our Facebook video. It's a live Facebook video going on right now. You can head over there. Just go to www.afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC Radio. That'll take you to our Facebook page. Or you can go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. You'll find our page. We have between 22 and 23,000 likes. You'll be able to actually get over there, scroll down on the page a little bit. You'll see the live video, and you can type your question into the comment section. Now, your question doesn't have to be on what we've been talking about. It can be on any topic as long as it's computer related. So head over there and you can be on the show, or just give us a call, 772-340-1590. We did also want to remind you that we have technicians standing by ready to resolve computer problems. Our number in the shop is 772-878-5978, and we are located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie. Again, the number is 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Yes, you do, and we are back ready to answer your computer, technical, streaming, and cybersecurity problems and questions. And of course, you can ask your questions anytime you want to. The topics doesn't have to be on the same topics that we have been talking about. It could be on any topic. But you know what? We do have a full course of knowledge to impart to you. So if you don't have questions today, or maybe you just want to listen to our impartation of knowledge, well, we can actually help you, we can protect you, and you can be more secure after watching a Faster PC live technical support. In fact, we recommend you watch this show every single week, and if you miss it, just watch it on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page. By the way, the Facebook video only stays up for about 30 days, but the YouTube videos, they stay up indefinitely. So you can head over and you get the link to both of those from our website at fasterpc.com. Go to the very top of the page, click on live technical support. On the right side, there's various ways that you can watch and listen to a Faster PC live technical support. And by the way, we mentioned that YouTube or Facebook videos go away after 30 days. We also don't timestamp those. So we're timestamping over on YouTube. We are over 75,000 views on YouTube, and you can help us to get to 80,000 by heading over there right now and watching our videos. Subscribe to our channel, like our videos, comment on them. You can even type your questions into the comment section of our videos, and we'll cover those in a future video as well. Now, what we're going to talk about today is really the necessity. We're going to talk about how to protect your computer. And we're going to talk about, the necessity and why this is so important. Cyber threats, our cyber attacks are evolving faster than ever. With proper endpoint protection, your devices and your data are better protected. And without proper endpoint protection, your devices and data are at risk. We're going to talk about what types of endpoint protection you should have, what you shouldn't have. We're going to dive into this, why endpoint protection is a must in your cybersecurity strategy, and what advantage features you need to stay safe. So, Ray, were you?
Dan,
Do we have someone on the line?
We're having some technical difficulty with a Faster PC. Will be with you in just a moment.
Okay, so you don't hear me? You don't hear me? Okay, what's going on here? Because I'm doing fine. I think what I'll do is I'm going to continue this, and and
No,
hopefully.
it's not. It's not on your side. It's on our side.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Just keep going. I'll get it.
Okay. All right. We're going to keep going. The live stream will keep going, and WPSL, they've got a lot of new technology there, and they're learning how to do it. And sometimes when you have old technology and new technology, you're mixing them. Sometimes you get a little hiccup every now and then. But hey,
damn it,
we're gonna run this, and we'll continue on with this. So with endpoint protection, what we're talking about is
okay. The audio is coming through the laptop
Okay.
again for some stupid reason.
okay. Hey Ray, your mic is still live, so just so you know that. So anyway, we're
What's
here.
that?
Your audio is still live. I don't know about on the radio, but it's still live over here,
No,
coming
see
into
that.
me.
Keep going.
I can.
Just
okay.
keep going.
Okay, I can turn you down until you actually till we actually come back up. Anyway, what we're doing here, we're talking about endpoint protection. So this is antivirus, anti-malware, and we're looking at protecting your system, how to protect your system. And a lot of people, they think about, well, let's go out and get Norton, let's go out and get McAfee, and even a lot of computers are even coming with McAfee, and you get it like this free trial, and of course they're hoping that you'll continue that trial. By the way, if I could get McAfee for free, I would not sell it to you, because I don't believe that it's a good protection out there, and this is something that you want to be protected from. You want to actually make sure that your system is protected, and so here's the thing. What is the most effective endpoint protection that's out there? Well, first of all, Microsoft has Windows security. Windows security right now is the most effective, from the tests that we have seen, is the most effective protection. And the thing is, Windows security is built into Windows 10. It's built into Windows 11. If you have it, it actually will protect you. It will keep you protected from the threats that are out there. And so having endpoint protection really does go a long way to actually protect you. Now the thing is, if you go out and you purchase Norton, or you purchase McAfee, or you purchase one of these other endpoint antivirus, anti-malware programs, typically they will turn off Windows protection, and Windows security will not provide real-time protection from the threats that are out there. So what can happen with this is you actually do get you actually do have big problems where that product is not as effective as the product that it just turned off. So you don't get as good a protection as you would get otherwise. So really what you need, what is important, what I would suggest is go ahead and get out there, install Windows, look for a solution that will protect and will allow Windows security to provide protection, and also in addition to that will add additional protection, because even though I said Windows security is the most effective, it does still catch less than 50% of the threats that are out there. So it is important to actually go ahead and reduce the see if you can get another protection that does provide a high level of protection, but will still actually provide what will happen. It will still provide less protection, or excuse me, it'll provide additional protection and allow Windows security to provide protection for you as well. So this is something, what we're looking for. And I think I'm going to need to call into the studio, and we might not get the audio from the studio, at least right now, on our live stream. But so if we have any callers or whatever, but I'll call the studio. We'll get on the studio that way, and they're rebooting the computer. Hey, this happens. These types of things happen. So you know what that'll mean? That'll mean that our connection to Zoom, which we normally connect to the studio, goes down. But yeah, I'm calling the studio. Oh, I'm calling you. Okay, sorry about that. I just clicked on my phone. We're doing this live here. So let me say 772. What is the number? 772-340-1590. That's the number for if you have any questions. And it's a number that I'm calling right now as well. So 772-340-1590, and Ray will patch me in. Okay, so we're going on the air. We've got just the theme music going there. In fact, let me go and see.
On the air, and we'll get you back on the air and flip you over on the other thing in just a minute. But the little technical difficulties we're working on. But you are live and in person, sir.
All right, and hey, your audio is still coming through over on Zoom. So things
it won't in a minute. I'm going to shut it down and then I'm going to start it back
all right,
up.
All right. We'll have to reconnect. So anyway, we have been talking here about endpoint protection and how this actually can provide you with additional protection. So many of the, and by the way, if you missed any of this, what we'll do after the show's over, I'll re-record this segment, because I know this has been a little bit choppy for you. I'll re-record this segment. We'll get this up on our YouTube channel where you can actually watch that. We do by the way, always have links to our YouTube channel on our Facebook page, so you can listen. When we post different videos, we don't really typically post the shorts over there, but maybe we should start. I might start this week posting those shorts over there on Facebook just so that people can get that. That's a good idea. But anyway, what we've been covering is endpoint protection and how important endpoint protection is at really providing you with the protection that's important to protect your computer. And typically we're talking about antivirus, anti-malware. And one thing you need to realize is that really none of the paid solutions out there, from the tests that I have seen, real world tests of how many infections and how many threats they would have protected, those threats out there are not being caught by the highest percentage of protection is actually with Windows security that is built into Microsoft Windows. So you have this, it's there, it's free, doesn't cost you anything to use it. So if you're not using anything, you should make sure that you have Windows security enabled and that is protecting you. The problem is if you go out and buy Norton, or you buy McAfee, you buy any of the other big companies, in fact even the version that we use, if you buy them, they will by default shut down Windows security. And the problem is they don't provide as good a protection as Windows security. So you want to have a software that is capable of adding to Windows security. And the version that we have, I mentioned that by default it turns off Windows security, but there is a setting and we configure ours that way so that automatically when we install it, automatically Windows security is still protecting you. And the point is, because Windows security is the most effective, but it does catches less than 50% of the threats out there. So if you can get something else that maybe catches like 35% of the threats, maybe some of that percentage is not caught by Windows security and vice versa. And you'll have some things that are caught by one and other things that are caught by the other. So you have this way of protecting and actually making sure that your system is protected. Now we're going to go over just briefly, and we'll go over this a little bit more in detail when we cover this on our live, on the video that we roll out. But some of the things that you should look for is you want something that will provide you real-time protection. You don't want something that's going to protect you just every now and then. You want to provide real-time protection. Also, web protection. You want the internet to be protected. How about brute force? Brute force is where someone is trying to force their way into your network. And so you have this brute force protection. So this is what you need to look for there. You also want to have, in addition to brute force protection, you want to have protocol hardening, making sure that the protocols out there are hardened and protected. Application hardening, just doing a double check of the various applications and programs that are installed on your computer, making sure that they are safe. Application behavior, looking at the behavior and seeing it. Hey, is this normal? Is something happening here that's a little bit weird, a little bit odd? Exploit mitigation. So if something is happening, you want to be able to mitigate it, to stop it. Also, device protection. You want it to protect your device. Payload analysis. So as you're downloading software, you want it to analyze that program or that file that you're downloading. Anomaly detection. Is there something happening that's odd or peculiar? And then machine learning or artificial intelligence. It's important that the program can adapt to real world protection, and also ransomware detection, behavior analysis. If you're interested in providing or having this type of protection, well, you need a faster PC. We have this support, and we can protect you right now. So we are going, for those that are listening on the live support, we are going to a break right now. And the WPSL, I don't think the WPSL computer is back up yet, so we're not hearing the audio. It's coming through my headset. But in fact, you know what? I'm getting another call from Ray. So let me see. Let me take this real quick. Hello. Yeah. I think I'm connected right now. I'm not. Okay, well, maybe I'm in a different meeting than you're in. So let's see, join now. And let's see, join now, and I'm going to join the 9986 one, right? Okay. Yeah, I might have selected, because you know you guys have a lot of meetings, so over the years. Yeah. So anyway, so it says the host is in another meeting. So do you know the last? Okay. Okay. And get back in the one that has 9986 in the list there. Yeah, I can't see it yet. I might have to go out of it. I don't know. Okay, it is coming in. Okay, let me hang up.
Yep. Talk to me.
No. All right. You hear me? You hear me there, Ray?
Good. Yeah. No.
No, you don't hear me?
No, I hear you coming from the computer again.
Okay, so I need to call back WPSL.
Hold on. Let's try what the engineer told me to do.
Yeah, you should be able to switch over.
Hold on.
That was me calling.
All right. Yeah. Okay, no. Okay.
Yeah, I hung up.
It's not working. Not
I
working.
hung up. Okay.
Yeah, it's all right. You're gonna have to call me again.
Okay, I'll call you. We'll
it's coming out of the wrong speaker.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I got you. So
yeah. So
we're gonna
he's
coming back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after the show is over, by the way, I can maybe help you. I mean, I know you've got an engineer and everything, but if you want,
no, it's okay. Yeah.
I'll spend a little bit of time because I know the software a little bit.
Sure you do. Okay, and he's got it in. Okay, I'll explain further to you. We've got about 2 minutes, the 2-minute bumper back to you. Okay?
Okay.
All right, stand by. Thanks, Brian. I'm going
All
to
right.
disconnect. I'm going to disconnect. All right, bye-bye. Hold on.
But if you don't call, we can't answer. Give us a call. The number, have your computer question answered, is 772-340-1590.
For a minute there, I had the studio through. You know what? I think I lost the connection. Let me join the meeting again. So I think somehow I disconnected the meeting because I did have the audio from the meeting there in just a minute. Okay, so all right, we're coming back into the live video here in just a minute. Yes, you do. And we are back ready to answer your computer technology, streaming, and cybersecurity questions. And we're, a little bit of technology difficulty today, from at the studio WPSL, but that's okay. Again, you guys aren't going to miss any content. I'll roll out that segment that was and we can't take calls right now. Just so you know. Oh, we can take calls. Okay, so we can take calls. So if you have any questions, you want to be a part of that. We can go over that. But the segment that was a little bit choppy there because the issue in the studio. I'll record that after the show's over, and we'll come back to that. Might even cover that next week live. Just so you guys can have that live. But cyber threats are evolving fast, and this week we have seen major attacks targeting businesses, government, and even everyday users. From ransomware groups abusing trusted software to critical vulnerabilities in Dell laptops and federal court systems. We're going to break down the biggest cybersecurity threats that you need to know about and how to stay protected. And so let's just dive into this protection right now. We're going to go over this, make sure that you are aware of all this. So the Akira ransomware group is targeting SonicWall and Microsoft Defender. This is really big. The Akira ransomware group has been observed abusing a legitimate Intel CPU turning driver to disable Microsoft Defender and evade security tools and endpoint detection systems. The technique involves leveraging the driver's functionality to bypass defenses, effectively blinding antivirus protection during the attack. This tactic underscores how attackers are increasingly turning benign tools into malicious resources. Organizations are encouraged to monitor for unusual driver behavior and ensure their security software remains resilient against such evasion techniques. SonicWall has also confirmed that a recent wave of attack by Akira ransomware group targeting its Gen 7 and newer firewalls with SSL VPN enabled stemmed from a previously disclosed disclosed and patched issue. Not a new 0-day vulnerability. By the way, this is why it's important to listen to this show and to listen to these segments, especially to take proactive measures. If you're using SonicWall, if your organization is using SonicWall, it's important that you actually protect yourself, that you make sure that you are protected. So the flaw involves improper access control in the Sonic OS management interface, potentially allowing unauthorized access or crashing the device under certain circumstances. Many of the affected devices were compromised due to reused passwords during firmware migration rather than exploitation of a fresh vulnerability. To strengthen protection, they emphasize upgrading to firmware version Sonic OS 7.3, which includes enhanced safeguards against brute force and MFA bypass attempts. So there's a hybrid exchange deployment that has a high risk vulnerability. Microsoft has issued a high severity warning for a vulnerability affecting hybrid exchange deployments. This flaw allows attackers to gain administrative access to an on-premise exchange server to escalate privileges in the connected Exchange Online cloud environment without leaving obvious logs or triggers. The root cause is a shared service principal identity used for authentication between on-premises and cloud services, which can be spoofed to bypass trusted access. Administrators are urged to apply the April 2025 hotfixes. By the way, if you have been listening to a Faster PC Live technical support in April, you would have applied those in April. If you would have listened and heeded our advice, carefully reset service principal credentials and use the Exchange Health Checker to verify configuration. CISA or CISA warns failure to mitigate this issue could result in total domain compromise across both on-premises and cloud environments. You do not want that to happen. What this means, Exchange is where your emails are. So imagine if you're using Microsoft Exchange in this configuration, imagine hackers being able to take over your email accounts and send out emails to your employees, to your customers, to your vendors from you, asking for payment, asking for money to be wired or whatever. They're going to find a way to actually utilize that to steal from you and to harm and damage your reputation. You don't want that to happen. Google has acknowledged and admitted that a data breach happened after a recent Salesforce attack. Google has confirmed that one of its corporate Salesforce CRM or contact resource management instances was breached in June as part of a broader campaign by the Shiny Hunters group. That's a hacking group targeting organizations via voice phishing attacks to steal customer data. The attackers accessed basic business contact information and notes during a short window before Google halted the intrusion. This incident is part of a larger wave of extortion tactics, with attackers using the stolen Salesforce data to demand ransom and threatening public leak when payments are not made. This is the other side of ransomware. It's not just getting your data back. It's also you're really trusting that if you pay a hacker, they won't release your information on the dark web or even on the regular internet. Multiple other major companies have also been impacted. And in one case, an organization reportedly paid around $400,000 in Bitcoin to avoid public exposure of their data. You ever wonder why these hackers do this? $400,000? That's 400,000 reasons why they do this. It's big money to them. The ongoing campaign highlights serious risk in CRM security practices. Dell's Control Vault vulnerability exposes millions of Dell machines. A critical set of firmware vulnerabilities collectively named Revolt have been discovered in the Control Vault 3 security Vault 3 security module used in over 100 Dell laptop modules. These flaws enable attackers, either with physical access or through Windows APIs, to bypass authentication, escalate privileges. That means they're going from a standard user to an admin user where they can do anything, or implant persistent malware that survives operating system reinstalls. The affected modules handle secure storage of passwords and biometric data, meaning compromised systems could leak highly sensitive credentials. Dell has released patches and issued an advisory urging immediate update, along with disabling unused services and avoiding fingerprint login or unattended machines. We strongly recommend applying these firmware updates promptly, rotating passwords, and implementing multi-factor authentication to mitigate potential risks. The federal court filing system was recently hacked, leading to informant information being leaked. A sweeping cyber attack has breached the U.S. federal judiciary's electronic filing system, CM, ECF, and PACER, potentially exposing highly sensitive court data to the public. And really, what we're looking here, the breach discovered around the 4th of July of 2025 may have revealed confidential informant identities, sealed indictments, arrest warrants, and other non-public legal filings. The administrative offices of the U.S. courts, the FBI, and CISA have all acknowledged the incident, though details of how the attackers gained access remains unclear. Nation-state affiliated or criminal actors are suspected, and fewer than 40 judges in the 8th Circuit have already received briefings. The incident underscores long-standing concerns over outdated court infrastructure and follows earlier warnings that the system is unsustainable in the face of growing cyber threats. Authorities are currently working to assess the full scope and severity of the damage. Trend Micro's Apex has a one vulnerability. Trend Micro has urgently released mitigations for two critical command injection vulnerabilities. In its on-premises Apex One management console that are actively being exploited in the wild. These flaws allow unauthenticated attackers to execute arbitrary code remotely without needing valid credentials. While a temporary fix tool is available for on-premises installations, full patches are expected by mid-August. By the way, be aware, so that because you're not going to, you be cautious because you're going to be a little bit out there if you're using Trend Micro. Cloud-based or as-a-service versions of Apex have already received protection as of late July. So Trend Micro strongly recommends immediate application of the mitigation and pending patches to defend against these active threats. So you want to make sure that you are protecting yourself. And you may be thinking, this is a lot to take in, and I don't know if any of these affect me, if they don't affect me, if they affect my business, if they affect my medical practice, my dental practice, whatever the case is, we can actually help you. We can protect you. When you have cybersecurity problems or want to avoid them, you need a faster PC. Give us a call, 772-878-5978, 772-878-5978. Also go over to our website at fasterpc.com, and we can actually help you. We can provide protection. Schedule a free discovery call with us today so that we can protect your systems.